Want to make your readers go, I have to know what happens next, then this is the video for you. Hey guys, I'm Marilyn and welcome back to my channel. Before we start, I have to say this video was requested by Morgan Atwood here on YouTube. Thank you so much for requesting this. I hope that this video can be helpful to everyone. So today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips for building up the suspense in your writing. Now this goes for all genres, not just specifically suspenseful genres like thriller or mystery. Even if you're writing a romance, you need to have a little bit of suspense in there. So let's dive in. So tip number 1 is foreshadowing. If you have something happening in your novel that you would like readers to be suspenseful for, that you would like to build up the suspense for, then you have to put in little clues, little bits of foreshadowing leading up to that event. Be subtle about this. You don't need to hit your readers over the head with a mallet. You need to whisper little clues to them. Just litter it through the novel from the beginning up until you get to that event. You want to put in little tidbits of information, bits of foreshadowing to show them that something is going to happen. And I guarantee you that that will make your readers very interested and make it very suspenseful until you get to that point. Also, if you are going to foreshadow, then you have to deliver. You can't foreshadow and then nothing happens. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the way that the readers expect. It just has to be something big, something that they were supposed to be suspense for. Next up is diction or vocabulary. The words you use has such a big impact on the atmosphere, the mood, the tone of your writing. So if you want something to be kind of eerie and suspenseful and make your readers wonder what is going to happen next, then you have to use words that suit that atmosphere. So use words that are a little darker, a bit more ominous, rather than their lighter, more neutral synonyms. So as cliche as this may sound, use the way you describe the weather, the room, the way your characters move, what they're wearing, things like that, to bring in a suspenseful mood, and your readers will kind of feel that without even really knowing that they are feeling it, because you're not telling them something suspenseful is going to happen. You're just creating that kind of eerie woo mood. You know, once again, subtlety is key. You don't have to be like, the sky was bleeding like an open wound, and then in the next sentence your character gets stabbed. But you can describe the air as being sticky or suffocating, or, you know, use words like dark or night or whatever, things that just link up to whatever the event is that is going to be happening and creates a more like ooh mood. Think about when you watch a thriller. I keep saying ooh mood. I hope you know what that means. But when you think about watching a thriller or a horror movie, the things characters say, the way the music is, the lighting, things like that. My third tip is sentence structure. Now, if you've watched a few of my videos, then you know that sentence structure is a big thing to me. I love playing around with sentence structure to create a mood because it's so effective, guys. Like, if you've ever read good writing, then you know that the way the writer uses sentences is really powerful. So if you are writing a scene that is supposed to be very suspenseful and intense, short sentences are your friend. So let's say your character hears someone in the living room. They head downstairs and they see the TV light flickering, even though they know that they turn it off before they went to sleep. So now your character is going to go downstairs and try to investigate what is going on in the living room. That journey should have short sentences. So, I almost said slow sentences, guys. No, it should not have slow sentences. It should have short sentences. You should build it up. So you start with normal sentences, and the closer that the character gets to that living room, to that big reveal, to that big event, you shorten the sentences and you use more verbs than any other type of word until you can lead up to perhaps single word sentences, single word paragraphs even, because that will make the scene more fast paced, that will build it up without you having to really say anything else. You don't have to work too hard to make it suspenseful, because if your sentences grow shorter and shorter and shorter, it is going to be suspenseful on its own. Right, number 4 is pacing. So this kind of ties in with the previous point, but this is more overall in terms of the big picture of your book rather than a single sentence. Guys, pacing is so important, especially if you want to build up suspense for your readers, if you want them to feel the highs and lows of the book and to wonder what is going to happen next and be really interested and excited for whatever it is that you're going to do further in the novel. You want to introduce some question or mystery or unknown thing or foreshadowing or whatever suits your story near the beginning, and then build up the suspense before you get to that big reveal or that big conflict or plot point or whatever. And you cannot bring that reveal in too early. A, because then there won't be suspense, and B, what is left to read if you've already given them the reveal. Delayed gratification is important when it comes to building up suspense. You don't want to give your readers that satisfaction, that big thing right away. You want to build it up and leave them reading further and further and further because they want to get to that point. But also you don't want to slow down your book to a snail's pace where, you know, nothing really happens and you never give any answers. That really isn't the way to go. There should be a lot of almost answers happening, where the characters think that they have the answer, but then it's not that. So yeah, just make sure that your pacing is right. If you guys want me to do a video on pacing, then leave a comment below. And then the final tip is show, don't tell. I know you've probably heard this until it has come out of your ears, but it is true. And I'm not one of those people who are like, you should never tell anything. No, there are times when you should tell. But when it comes to suspenseful scenes, you should definitely show. Don't use filter words like he saw, she thought, things like that. You can just show us what the character's thinking. Show us what the character's seeing. Make it feel as if the reader is there and not filtering it through the character's experience. They already know that it's through that character. You can just show it. So instead of telling us that there's someone in the living room, show us the noises. Show us the TV light flickering. Instead of telling us that the character is afraid or a character is anxious or a character is anticipating something big, show us their quick breathing, their pulse in their ears, things like that. And that will really make a big impact and ensure that your reader feels like they are in the scene with your character, which makes the suspense 100 times better. So those are the tips on writing suspense that I have for you guys today. I hope that it could have been helpful to everyone. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and a share. It just makes me very happy. It lets YouTube know that you like this kind of content. It lets me know that I should keep making videos. If you have any writing video requests, then leave them in the comments below. Also, make sure that you hit that little subscribe button down there if you want weekly writing advice videos and tons of bonus content. It's a fun time. You should also ring that little bell so that you get a notification. That way you don't miss any of the amazing videos I upload. Like, duh. You can find me on my website, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. All the links are listed below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!